Miss Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Phelps. I'm Executive Director at Center for the Arts. Just like you guys, we lost a family member. Tisha was my baby. She spent 3 to 4 days a week, and as late as she could, you know, she would hang out with us and stay with us. And these past few days have been awful. I don't have to tell you guys that. It hurts a lot. But Tisha, I love how the bus driver started this out. Tisha was so humble. She was so very humble. And one of the secrets that she kept that hasn't come out till after she died is, and I have many letters and emails, and Tisha used to, we had a joke, I always was like, T, you gotta get out of my bubble, sweetie, because she would pull her chair right up against my chair and sit and talk to me in the office and just tease me because she knew I wasn't like a huggy, touchy person, and we just laughed. I have tons of her drawings, all kinds of things, and amazing memories from her. But she never told me this one thing. And I think it's amazing that she's left this behind. At the studio, we have between 300 and 400 kids that come. And Tisha was kind of a fixture. She had where she sat, that's where she was. And I just assumed at first that it was the ones that were in her class and the teachers that taught her. And then all of a sudden, I started getting these phone calls. We have 14 teachers. Tisha had 4 of them. But the first calls I got were from teachers that never taught Tisha. And they were telling me these little secrets, like Tisha met me in the hall and she said, hey, you have 5 minutes to your next class. I want a guitar lesson. Or she would hand them music and say, can you play this? And they started telling me these little nuggets about Tisha. Then on Monday afternoon, I walked in and there was a 6-year-old there and she was just crying. And I thought, okay, well, first of all, Tisha didn't have classes on Monday, so there's no way she could have been in her class. What's going on? And she ran up to me and she hugged me and she said, Miss Tiffany, Tisha always colored with me. And she sat by me and she talked to me, and I'm going to really miss her. I have a notebook in my office, and I've just been keeping things. And right now, I'm at 60-something of our students and teachers that I didn't know Tisha had any contact with that have come to me and told me that they had some kind of amazing memory with Tisha. I'm so happy that you had this year, and we had ours at Center for the Arts the other night, but I hear Tisha screaming a resounding thing from heaven right now, and she's saying, we gotta come together. She connected all of us. She connected some of the teachers at TFA. I think some of the TFAs and the other teachers at Central, they've come. A lot of people have come by the studio, and I think her cousin said it best the other day. He said, I feel her here. You can't walk around the studio and not feel Tisha. I feel her here. I feel her. And I think if there's anything that we need to do, we need to all be on the same page. We need to all come together. We're going to start bringing some of our kids to y'all's youth group that need a church home. And I need you guys to come help us at Tisha's place. I don't think there's anything in this world that would make her happier, Uncle Mike, than if we all came together and we stood up and we said, there's not going to be any more division. There's not going to be any more bullying. There's not going to be any more, you go to public school and I go to private school. Guys, Tisha could have stood up here and she could have shamed all of us and showed us, look, I can play the piano, the guitar, I can draw, I can sing, Now, Rhonda, thanks to Rhonda, her sister, I've learned that she wasn't the best dancer in the world, which has just been wonderful for me because the girl could do everything right. She didn't do that. Instead, Tisha made you feel like at that moment, you were the most amazing person in the world. Let's come together, guys. Center for the Arts, if there's a car there, that means we're open, okay? If there's not a car, sometimes because I don't have one, just try to open the door. Our cell phone number is 24/7. Miss Marlene, same thing. Let's all come together and let's see what together we can do, and let's make Tisha's place a place where everyone knows that they are special there. And the main thing that's going to happen with Tisha's place is that if a child is at school and they are terrified, maybe they don't want to get on the bus, maybe that they can call, and we're going to get legislative passed, that they can call, and we can go and get them the professional help that they need. And then we can take them to youth, and they can find what's going to change them and change things for them. So I need you guys to do this. We just opened up the Tisha's Place Fund, and I hesitated because the last thing I want to do is hear anybody say that this is about money and all that ridiculousness. But unfortunately, to get Tisha's Place open, it's going to cost money. I walked into the office today, and we have $1,888. And I promise you $1,888 is going to go to that. If you need anything, if you want to help, please let me know. We accidentally, in my craziness, planned the meeting tonight at this time, and I canceled it. So if you're on my Facebook, definitely follow me on Facebook. That's where everything goes, on Tiffany Phelps. I was like, cancel the meeting. So we're going to reschedule it, and it will be very soon. Yeah, and you guys come. Thank you.
This is definitely prayer answered, guys.
Hey everybody, my name is John, and I just have a quick story of encouragement for everyone here. I was one of the unfortunate few who did not know Tisha very well, but I met her 3 years ago whenever I came in here, broken beyond all belief, and I'm still putting the pieces together. But on that day when I came in here, my head in my lap, tears in my eyes, just everything, noise in the background. And Miss Marlene said to go around and greet each other in the name of Christ. And I didn't move. And then I felt a hand on my back, and I looked up, and it was Tisha. And she had a smile on her face, and she stuck her hand out to me, and she said, "Hi, my name's Tisha." And it just spoke to me in such a way that a complete stranger, in a place I had been for the first time in my life, this little girl was the first person to come up to me and to call me friend. And I'll never forget her for that. And ever since then, I've been putting the pieces back together, and I've been using what she's given me to help other people in my life. And I'll never forget her for that.
Amen. Amen. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Elizabeth.
Hey, I wasn't all that close to Tisha. I didn't know her for a very long time. But she was part of my church family, and I loved her. And I remember me and my family just got back from Texas one weekend. I didn't know what happened. In the middle of the night, my mom came in and told me what happened with Tisha. And I went to sleep thinking about that. I had a dream. I was talking to Tisha. Just about life, just about stuff. In a way I'd never talked to her before. I remember one day in church, Tisha came up. She came up and talked to all of us. And she said words that touched my heart. It made me realize that she was different. And being different's not a bad thing. But it takes strength to be different in these days. Because these days, people want to make you feel like it's bad to be different. You got people at school, you got Facebook, you got TV, trying to tell you how to be and who to be. And sometimes with all that going on around you, it's hard to find an escape. It seems like there is no escape sometimes. Tisha's gone. We're all gonna miss her. We're all gonna be sad, but we gotta be strong too. We're gonna wonder why things are this way, why people gotta be this way. When things are gonna change. Things are gonna change when we make them change. We have to be strong for Tesha and anyone who's ever felt like Tesha. I know how she felt. I used to get picked on because I was different. And I know it hurts. It's not easy. But we gotta be strong. We all have to be strong for her and for anyone else who thinks that they're not as good as anybody because of what others tell them. Because it's not true. It's good to be different. It's not easy to be yourself. And when you show who you are, you're showing you have strength. I appreciate the strength that Tesha had, and I love her for it.
Amen. I have to just share this just for a minute. You know, what just even a month ago, within the month, we had in youth group shared about how we treat others and how we'll be accountable for how we treat others. And I asked them, I said, how many of y'all have ever heard the old saying, the straw that broke the camel's back? Well, they all looked at me like I was crazy because it's this generation, not this generation, you know? And I explained to them what that meant. And I said, you know, you're thinking, how could a straw break a camel's back? And I said, it's like this. If there's a bale of hay or 2 bales, I don't know how much weight a camel can hold, but if it's got all that it can hold, then there's a breaking point. And there might be that one little word or one little action to you that is only the amount of a straw. It's tiny. It didn't mean that much. It was no big deal. It was little. But that could be the straw that could break that person. That could be the word that could break that person. And I told him, I said, you know, from the foundations of the world, God spoke through his word. And he said that life and death are in the power of the tongue. Do you know how powerful the tongue is? It says it's stronger than, it's the smallest member of the body, but it's the strongest. That you can speak life into someone, or you can speak death into someone. If we don't hear anything else, which I know we will because my heart's overwhelmed right now, let's remember that it could be that one word of death that is the straw, the last straw in somebody's life. Amen.
Last year I went to Central, and I knew people, but no one really talked to me. But when I went in the cafeteria one day with some of my friends, I turned around. I looked, and there was Tesha. And she said, "Hi, I'm Tesha. What's your name?" She wanted to shake my hand. I said, "Hi, I'm Jerica." Then we just clicked from there. We took PE together. She was a joy to be around. We used to play basketball. That's all I have to say. I just had to.
So many precious, precious memories.
I think we can all say that Tesha, she liked to learn. I think we can all learn from that. I never really talked to Tesha, she first started coming here about 3 or so years ago, about 4 years ago. And I played the same song over and over again on piano. And she came up to me and she was like, can you teach me how to play? And I looked at her and I was like, I'm not good at piano. And she looked at me and she said, well, I think you are. I think you're really good. So I was like, I'm good at piano. Now, I was like, all right, first step is put this finger right here. I don't know what I'm doing. I taught her how to play this song. It's called 3 Cheers for 5 Years by Mayday Parade. And after I showed her that song, she blew it out of proportion. She's better than me. I knew how to play one little thing. She blew it out of, I can't even explain to y'all. But all I gotta say is, that became, one of the lights in my moments of Tesha. Tesha was really my friend. I shared some good moments with her. And, friends and family, we can all say that Tesha was a little light in our hearts. Don't y'all agree? Now I have to say, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. So, all I have to say is, this light is for Tesha. And every time I go out to play sport, I'm going to dedicate that sport to her. I'm play to my best of my abilities. And I'm going to have a challenge for y'all. Why live life in a shell when you can hatch? Why stay bottled up? Tesha was never bottled up. I was skimboarding. The girl, I have to say, she got, can I see that? Sure, Tesha. Here. The girl ran, jumped. I'm telling you, when she hit that sand hard, I'm telling you, I felt like earthquake, but she hit it pretty hard. And then I was sitting down. She came up to me and said, thank you for letting me be with you, Stephen. So, I have to say, when y'all are at work, family, be proud of what you have. Be proud that you're even there. Be proud that you even I'm proud that all of y'all right here with my family. My family, my mom, everybody here in my family. So, thank y'all for being here tonight.
Amen.